Good afternoon. The Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice, Advocate Center, Legal Department, co-comrades and viewers. I am Ms. Solution, live from 93 Allen Avenue, Ikeja branch, presenting before you case of children access denial reported by Mr. Kenneth Chinonye Nwaribe, who is based in Germany, against Mrs. Mary Nwaribe. The defendant is live in our office, and we're expecting the complainant to give us a statement on audio from there. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page for Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. For other useful information, you can visit our website. Thank you. Like, share, and follow on our TikTok for visa processing and other information as regards traveling processing. Center for Justice and Palace Gist. That is TikTok. All right, thank you. Bring that phone. The man is calling you. Ask somebody to call and you take the phone there. Case what? 229. Yes. No problem. Make sure this mobile copy is right. The number is not connected. Mr. What is the name? Mr. Kenneth Chinonye. Is it Chinonye also? Please, you have to call as fast as possible. Meanwhile, what did you write? According to the man, from the statement, because we're waiting, I don't know why he's not calling. I can hear from you. If you do not respond on time, that will be the case for the fact that will take your complaint, your response. According to the message where his complaint, he said you left to your family house since May and he went with his kids and you deny him access to the kids.
Of course, yes, I went
You
to.
speak loud because the camera is not on you. They need to hear what you're saying.
Okay. Of course, yes, I went to my family house since May, but I did not deny him his kids. He speaks to his kids on daily basis. He calls them. He does not talk to me, but he calls them on daily basis through my phone. And most times my sister comes to the house, he calls my sister.
You say they can hear you.
I left since May to my family house, but I did not deny him talking to his kids. He is not here in Nigeria, but he calls on daily basis and speak to his kids on phone. He does not talk to me, but I did not deny him not talking to him. Even if I pick the call, he will say, give the phone to my
Yes, to the
children,
children.
and I will give. He mostly talk to my first son. Then most times he pass messages to my first son to tell me, tell your mother this, tell your mother that. And my son will tell me everything he says.
How old is the boy?
12 years old.
12 years old.
Yes.
Like what kind of message is this? Just a is it a message of kids
As
message?
in, I've sent money to your mom's account. Tell your mom that I've sent message to your mom's account. Or tell your mom, as in, just tell your mom I've just have sent money. There's nothing, we don't talk on phone.
Are you
As
guys still married?
we are married. We are
And there is
married.
no issue?
Eh, actually, he's not around. And is the type that like to involve
Family.
parties, friends and relatives into our marriage. And is the kind of person that does not have a mind of his own. People do control him. For good 13 years of our marriage, he has not taken decision for once. We both have not sit down and took decision on how we'll do things before he left, before he traveled out
From Nigeria?
from Nigeria. So even if before he left, even if we take decision, this is how we are going to do something, the next minute he will say let him call people that he wants to call.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like
This number you write, is it complete?
in
To
Igbo
you,
language,
is this number complete? And go through all these things. You go through all the cases you go and look for all their number. Correct this number and go back to every cases you transfer here. Go and look for it.
like many a times he just speak to me in Igbo language. He will say, let me quote him. He will say, Kamponde manye.
Meaning what? Stop, madam. Stay here. Do that.
Let me call those that are reasonable. Let me call those that know more than me. I will tell him, we both are matured, and this is our family we are talking about. We are supposed to know what we want and what we don't want. He will say, no, let him call his elder brothers, let him call his friends, let him call those that are more enlightened. And
By
whatever
himself.
himself, even whenever we have issues, he will tell. I don't tell people, I don't even tell my family. He will be the one calling home and abroad, telling everyone and giving them my contact as well. They will call me. Most times I will pretend as if nothing happened. I'll tell them nothing. I will sort out our issues. And whenever since I got married to him, whenever we have issues,
Sorry. Please, we're waiting for you. You have to call back now because if you don't wait, like I'm. Okay. Madam, excuse me. Listen to me. You don't need to shout on my ear. I'm not your wife, oh, for your information. You stay in Germany, there are other people that in Europe that make direct call. If you don't cannot call direct call, please rest. Our line is not that, it's not on WhatsApp. So listen to your wife there. You can send your message. You are shouting if you can't make direct call. Are you the only one in Europe? Abeg talk.
So for 13 years we've been married. He has never have my consent for one day or plan things with me or we both.
Take the phone there. Well, it's not the one. It's the one you bring the phone. When they find credit in Germany where he live to call the line and tell us what the wife did. They should call us back. I don't have WhatsApp line that you call.
So whenever we have issues, he will tell me, "Hey, this marriage is over." I will tell him, why is it that it's little issue we can sort out is over. Whenever maybe we will reconcile back, then later on we have issues again, the marriage is over. So this marriage is over, is over. I've been hearing it for years. It's not my first time. Even from the onset, when I was pregnant, because I knew him when I was tender. I was 18 years when I got married to him. I knew nothing. When he was coming for me, he said, I want to marry, I want to marry. It was so sudden. The month I knew him, the month I took him. I don't even know his character. I don't know anything about him. With childish attitude, I fell into his hands. And when I even got pregnant for him, he was threatening me that if I don't give birth to a son, that the marriage will not hold. That this child must be a son. Whenever we are praying together, early morning prayer, that will always be his
Prayer point.
his prayer point. This son, this child must be a boy. This child must be a boy. So it got to when I want to go and do scan. He told me that if I take you to where you do scan, that if that child is a girl, you will go back to your father's house. Throughout my first pregnancy, my BP was so high. Even my mom is always in the altar praying, let this child be a boy. So I went through a lot, but God so kind, I gave birth to the child. It was a son because in their family they've not had a grandson. So it was this my first, my son was the overall in the family. The mother did not play with me. The family, they were all over me. So I was not imagining that, assuming I gave birth to a female child, what would he
What would
have
be your
been? He is always threatening me that this marriage cannot work if this child is a boy. That was how, and
is a girl?
is a girl, sorry. And due to how I was tender then, I knew nothing. Unto that, even there was a time I told my mom that I want to give birth to this child in the house. My mom said, no, you have started and let God help you. You will scale through. But she's no more. She's dead now. She's no more to assist me. So I gave birth to the second one. It was a son. So then the third one was a baby girl.
Go ahead. Go
Then
ahead.
he traveled
Yeah.
out.
Madam, go
Then
ahead
he
because I
traveled
cannot.
out. After some years staying together, like 6 years, he traveled out. He left me with nothing. When he was traveling, there was no food for me and these kids. Even our house rent was due and all that. Even the house we were living as at then, it was my father that gave him 400,000 to pay for the house. Then it was my family that was putting food on our table. He will call his family when they are tired of bringing. I will go to my parents' house because where we were staying was close. So I was bearing with him. When he now traveled out, his family started controlling him, telling him what to do. They said I should come down to the village as the house has expired. I called him, I said, see what your family told me. He said I should sell many of the things and carry the keys to the village. I went to their village. I was there. I've never been in the village before. I was born and brought up in this Lagos. I have never stayed in the village all my life. I was following them to the farm. I was doing everything, bearing with them. Though he came from a big family, very big family. They have his father married 4 wives, and they were so populated. But in his mother's womb, he's the last son, and his senior is older than 6 girls. So those girls, they all they will be in their husband's house and be controlling him. All of them are okay, they are capable, they are doing fine, but they will be controlling him, telling him what to do. He's not around, they will be calling him on phone, telling him how to run his life. That is how they do in their family. So I looked at this thing, I said, well, let me continue bearing. I told him, let him start up a business, because every woman in their compound was doing business. I said, start up a business for me. He said his sister said I should go and learn tailor, that she has already looked for where I will learn tailor. This one say, this one say, this one say, this one say. That is what he started telling me. I said, this is not what I planned for. This is not what I wanted. Before, even there was a time he gave his sister money to go and buy food stuff. He did it severally, not once, not twice. He said he will not give me money again. That if he gives me money, you don't know what I'm using the money to do. He gave his immediate junior sister, he gave her money to go and buy foodstuffs. I was at home one day, bike brought in foodstuffs into the house. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I have two legs and two hands. Why can't this man give me money to go and buy foodstuffs for my children? His sisters, December period, his sisters will bring clothes. They will bring school shoes. They will do this, they will do that. All through I stayed in the village 6 good years. I never knew where they are paying school fees. He always do school fees transfer to the school. I never bothered. So far,
Provided the kids are going to
provided the kids are going to school. A lot of things, I will be at home, his sisters will bring it and bring them and come. I was like, I don't understand. Is it you people that is marrying this man for me? So a lot of things went on and I couldn't bear it anymore. I couldn't. I said, let me leave this village. The last time I took my decision that I would leave the village was, he called his elder brother and told his elder brother to collect these children from me and throw me out in the night.
in their village.
Yes, because as I've stayed, nothing doing, I called my family. They should send me money. Let me start up a business. They sent me money. I started selling foodstuff and provision. So it was raining that night. So me and the kids, I said, let them wait, let the rain calm down before we go home, because we're living in family house. So before we got home was 9 o'clock, and we were knocking on the door, because due to the rain, I don't close like that. I do close by 8. We were knocking, nobody answered. I knocked and knocked. Me and these children were outside the gate. I knocked and knocked and knocked. Nobody opened the gate. And I started calling their family members. The people should please help me call your senior brother. Let him open the gate for us. Then he finally came to open the gate. He was now shouting on me. You don't know what I'm selling. That will keep. I said it's because of the rain. I don't come back this time. Next thing, he called my husband on phone. That I'm coming back late. That he don't know what I'm selling in that shop. This, da, 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 da. So my husband told him to collect these children from my hand and throw my things outside. He said, what? Has it got to this extent? I said, no, 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 no. I didn't come from an island. I need to go to my family. I am not wanted here. And he's always telling me that I am a house girl taking care of his children. That if he comes back, he must marry another woman. That I'm not from Igbo. I'm not from his tribe. I'm from Delta State. Him is from Imo State. That whenever he comes back, that I'm just there. Me and him does not have anything. That I'm just there taking care of his children. He's building a house in the east there. I don't know where they buy sand. I don't know where they buy water. He said my legs should not step into that house. That in his death, let me speak it the way he said it in Igbo, in his dialect. He said, no one nandu. That Oguge Agadi Abanimolo made that building. That if in his death, even if he's alive, if he's dead, that my leg will not enter into that house. That any of his child, any of his 2 sons that want to take me into that house, that he will kill them. That is what he said. So I reported this. I told my sister that is in UK about this statement. My sister called him and said, your wife, and you're telling that her leg will not enter. Do you know that my sister was suffering with you before you traveled? He said it's out of annoyance that he said this word. I will be in that building. I will just say, let me snap and send to him how far they have gone. He will ask me, who sent me to go there and snap? Who sent me? That what am I doing there? that he's telling me severally that my leg will not enter that house. I should get out from there. The house is at roofing level. I don't know where they buy sand. I don't. But his sisters and his brothers are doing everything. But I'm not complaining. I know come rain come sun, it's still my house. I gave birth to 3 children for him. I must still live in that house. He is my husband. They will call him and be telling him all sorts of things which I did not do. Many a times I said I don't have anybody to fight for me. I don't know anybody in that place. I'm not from there. That was why I just decided to come back to Lagos where my family is. My father built a house in Lagos here. I decided to come back. But he keeps calling his children every day. He sends us feeding money every month. I don't have an issue with him. He's the one that is making it. His family is controlling him. They are telling him what to do. He brings goods to Lagos every month. But he has never ever said, see what I brought, go and sell it or do this, go and do. No, but he gave it to his friends, his village friends. So, but I'm not bothered. All these things I've been passing through for good 13 years. Since 13 years I got married to this man, he has not given me money to buy clothes for one day. Say, my wife, take this money and go and buy clothes for yourself. Just the way I look good like this now, if I'm in the village now, his sisters will say I'm going to go and look for a man. If I do just the way I am like this now, I snap picture and put it in my DP, he will call me. Where are you going to? Where are you going to? Who are you doing makeup for? Who are you doing all this for? I said, so can't I look good for myself? If I show you my picture when I was in the village, and just these few months I came back to Lagos, you will say, what is this? So it's not that I don't want him. He's the father of my children. I want him. He's still my husband. He paid for my bride price. I got married to him when I was tender, when I don't know anything. But his family is pushing him and he's inviting fourth, fifth, and 100 parties in our marriage, which I don't like. I don't want. There are issues that husband and wife will sort out. But his own, before I talk, he will say, let me call this, let me call this. Can I've asked him several, give one imagine that is you, you don't know anything. He said, let me call people that know something. I'll ask him, you don't know anything. He said, let me call people that knows more than me. And that is how you be spreading our family issues here and there. People to the extent that people are tired of listening to him.
But
People
what
are
are his complaints?
eh,
In fact, they don't use this line to make up, but I hope you'll be online. Is it declined the line or is picking
he
the
said
call?
according to him, he just
This
got
is WhatsApp.
he said he's in the train.
Hello?
Hello.
Madam, I'm very sorry. The way I sent to you, I travel and it was very urgent. It's very important. I was in train answering this call. So I'm only call, only WhatsApp call.
Okay.
I'm very sorry the way I sounded.
No.
Please, the woman have agreed to my children to school in it. So I want her to say it in your presence. There's not much to discuss. My problem with her, she refused that my children will not school in this. And she have not agreed that they will school in school, they will travel within this week, maybe tomorrow or next tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
She can hear you. What exactly do you want? What is the complaint? So that you will say it to her
They
hearing
complain,
and we have.
yeah, they complain that the woman is remaining around. I get me, and I have heard it a lot, and the thing is disturbing me. You know, I'm a Igbo man. When a woman is messing around, you know what it is. Either the man died big, or the man, whatever he's doing will not have a progress. So I wanted her, she refused. And when she traveled back to this last one, she didn't tell me. This is the second time now. So my position now, I want the way I will train my children. I want to give the children good education. And they should be in the east, not in Lagos. Because children are training in Lagos and it's not the same. And I'm not there because of the kind of life she's living.
Okay, to you, you say she's messing around.
Yes, she's not around. She's gone. She's not around.
Did she admit to
Everybody in the
that
place
or you
confirm it.
caught her?
Huh?
Did she admit to the allegation or you caught her on your
Not
own?
allegation. I have a fact now. I have an evidence. I have some proof evidence, but I don't have it here right now. I have the one that happened when he was in Budi. She was in Budi. Are you getting me? I
Yeah.
have the one that happened when she was in Budi. When somebody come back from China, the same compound, he went and said to the man with 5,000. I have a video call that the voicemail he was begging the wife of the man. When the woman said that I started her that he will go to Ashram to swear her Ashram, she was begging the woman. I have that clip. And the other thing that happened when I asked them to go back to the village. Are you getting me? So that to make her to leave the village. That's why she lived the way we was living like our life. And every day I come have it of mind. I'll be having complain. Are you getting me? So
Yeah.
I thought that when she left the village, she would change, but she didn't change.
Okay, you are getting complaint from who? From the children?
Uh-huh.
You are getting complaint from the
Yeah,
children
because
or from
no,
your
the children
family?
didn't tell me. No. The children didn't tell me anything because she was very harsh with the children. Children cannot tell me anything she did because when a mother is with the children and she is harsh on them. So anything the children say, she may beat them or something, but they don't talk. They don't talk. The people that are living with her or living around her tell me what everything she's doing, and I send people to watch, and what they watch, and I saw it. She's away. If no woman is good, but if she did that thing and somebody find out and she changed, that's no problem. But she never. It's not one. It's not two. To the extent my elder brother in their blood come back and had those things and they ask her, just what this is. It's not good in our family. All I want to come back and ask her, she didn't tell anybody. Are you telling me? And those people are here and they're doing very well. They talk to her, say, stop this is not good. But she couldn't listen. So my own problem is how I will tell the children. Because if children is under her custody, they will spawn. If a mother is bringing men inside where she wants the day, they will collect all the children for the mother. Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Yeah, they will collect all children for the mother. Okay, before when she received the letter and people write wrote to her, she told me that I should call people that you have already agreed. She already agreed that children will school in the east. I said, no, come here. So that let these people be aware of what we agreed. Because not tomorrow, when I come back to people will tell me that I'm not a trust man. That's why she's here today. Because she was already agreed. We are making arrangement to have the children to because of it by maybe tomorrow or next.
How old are the kids?
My first one is about 12 years. Second one is about 10 years. And my last daughter will be 50 years by next tomorrow.
When last did you see them?
It's for long. I travel. I haven't seen them.
When did you
But
travel?
I traveled. I left there 2016.
2000 and what?
March 16.
2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That is
Yeah.
6 years ago.
No, about 5 years ago now.
5 years plus. 5 years plus and 6 years, they are the same. Anyway,
Yeah. Hello.
are you talking to me or you're on another call?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm listening.
Okay, the people she's taking the kids to, whom is she taking the kids to? Is she going with them to the village?
No, she's not going to the village. She's going to the school, to the school. In the school. When she will drop them there, you leave them there. When they have the location, you can travel and carry them to. I don't really know the location Christmas. It's Christmas, so I would like them to be in Matai Christmas. But when they have location after Christmas, they can go to Lagos. Because if you go to Lagos by December, their transport and the road is wrong. I don't think I will allow that this summer period. But other period, they can go to Lagos and stay with her. And then when the school dreams, they can come back.
The 6 years child also is going to boarding house.
No, the 8 years old you will be with her. It doesn't matter.
9 years.
Another will be with her because that one.
9 years
Eight
and which
years,
one?
8 years. If you no 10 years,
ten
10 years and
years
12 years, 12 years plus. Now 10 years and 12 years plus.
We'll be going to boarding
So that one is
house.
a body house. That one is a JS2 and JS1.
It's not acceptable. What did
Hmm?
you and her agree? Mother, speak.
I told him that because where we are living now is my father's house and the house has been sold. So they said everybody should vacate the building by November
November this year.
this year.
Okay.
So I told him to get us an apartment in Lagos here. Then get the best school so far within that area for my children. Let them be going to school in Lagos here, a day school, so that my eye can be able to reach them. But he said no, that he wants them to school in the east, that he don't want his children to grow up in Lagos. So this is what we have been dragging for since I came back, since May I came back. I refused. Then I now said, okay, I give up. Since he's the one paying for the fees, wherever he wants his children to go to school. But why another thing that made me to give up, another thing that made me to disagree was because whenever we have issues, he always tell me that he will collect these children from my hand. Even his brothers always tell me that I am not from Igbo, that he will take these children, they will take, especially my two boys, that they will take these children from me. Even there was a time he told me that that he will leave my daughter for me, he will leave the girl for me and take the two boys. So that was why I disagree with him from taking these children to the east to go to school. I want them to be under my care. Now he's saying that December time now they will I will go and be picking them. But now what he's saying now that December transport is always high, that they will be in the village. In the village with who? With who? And those people that is in the village, they are using these children to collect money from him. And they will not take care of these children well. So what I want from him is for him to get us an apartment. Then within that area, the best school so far, even there are boarding schools in Lagos here, but he disagreed. The best school so far, if you don't want these kids to be with me, let him put them in boarding schools in Lagos. He disagreed. He said he don't want his children to grow up in Lagos.
What do you do for a living?
When I was in the East, I was selling provision and foodstuff, but since I came back to Lagos, I've not started anything.
Why?
I want to go and get an handwork.
The allegation that you cheated in the marriage, was it true or false?
It's a force. I
A
did not.
false.
I did not.
And he said you have an evidence of your voice record with the person, the married woman you pleaded with.
I did not. I don't know where these things are coming from.
Hmm?
It's a lie. I don't know where these things are coming from. It's a force.
Nothing of such.
Nothing of such.
And no conversation of such between you and anybody.
Nothing like that, man. Nothing. Nothing like that.
Hello?
Their family is that if I go to church, they will say I go and look for man. If I go to market, they will say I go and look. They are looking time. If I go to bank, they will say, why did I spend long? Because I'm staying in family house. So the thing, I don't tire for the thing. They make me say, which kind of wahala be this one?
Okay, Mr. Kenneth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how come that you have a matured woman with 3 kids, that she's not a minor and she can live on her own with your kids? How come that you cannot rent an apartment for her and the kids where they can stay together? Because I've seen your picture here, you are not a kid. So how come that you did not do that? You live in abroad and you don't allow, you did not give an apartment to where your wife and the kids will be staying. What are your excuses?
Madam, listen. That's why I said if I know that the sister will be coming up, that's what is coming up for her mouth now. I could have been that video of voicemail.
We can revisit the case, so because this case has to do with children. Because we cannot, we on our own, the office, hold on, sir, hold on. The office will not permit the kids to go and stay in the village. You are in abroad. The mother is living in Lagos. The children are still very minor. 12 years, 9 years, or 10 years and 3 years cannot go and stay in the village. and you cannot keep them. What is happening in Nigeria now? Boarding schools, you cannot take those children to go and keep in boarding school. They are too young to be kept in boarding school. They can keep watch on the mom and how she take care of the kids in Lagos as far as she's alive. You go and give them any comfortable or mini apartment where they will be staying with their mom. You cannot take them to the east.
Madam, excuse me. Even God decide what He decides now, I will not pay. I think them. You know why?
The highest you will do, you will stop paying their school fees, and which is your responsibility, and you will still do it. Don't even, excuse me, hold on, listen to me. I know you are a very rude person. You talk to me on phone just now, you drop phone, I kept quiet, you later apologize. Be mindful of your statement. Number one, you can say that to others and to your wife that can take that, not to me. If this case go to court, you cannot even tell the magistrate or the judge that even if God decides, what the Lord says is what we will say. You can remain in that Germany for 1,000,000 years. Let me tell you, there are kids that lost their parents and they are still alive. Your children must not go to the highest school to live on this earth. They can drink garri and survive, provided they are eating. They can be enrolled into government school and they will still succeed in life. You that is talking, I don't know if you are a graduate or anything, but I believe where you are earning your own living. So you can't even say that. You can't take a minor to go and enroll in a private in what is called boarding school. You said even God take decision. Please have, if you have reasonable thing to talk, you talk. If you don't talk, you drop the phone.
Why I want to say this? Do you know why I made that comment? Do you know why I made the comment?
Which comment is that one? Are you comparing human being to God?
Can you, if you want to listen to me, please. Sir.
I don't want to listen to you if you don't want to talk reasonable thing.
All this we are saying now, all this we are saying now, you don't even God want to judge the matter, they will have evidence. Like now, I have given my children now.
Evidence of the children. Come, bring the evidence. We will revisit the case. We will revisit the. You listen. We will revisit this case. Every evidence you have to enroll these children into boarding school, present it. I'm going to tell the secretary they will rebook you, and we will revisit this case. Provide all the evidence you have. Then we'll look into this case in a better way. Since you don't have the evidence, we must not end the case today. We will revisit the case and invite her to come back to this office. Give us the evidence. If you have the evidence, good and fine. We will do it as requested.
Another thing I want to say now, last time when the children went to the resume school, she took the children from East. They're supposed to go to school. Last time they didn't go to school. Last time, I don't know how the law is working there, but last time this one refused to them, there was a car, they didn't go to school. He carried them and left East without my knowledge. Without my notice, they're telling me what I had in the East. They said they should not go to school last. And that school have resumed now. And why I want this matter since last month, this matter will be visited that day. I make the comment that please, I want this matter to visit within 1 month before the school resume. So the children will go back to the school.
Okay, you are giving condition to a public office. You are giving condition to a public office where thousands of people complain and register cases, and you are now comparing the office to ensure the cases. Oga, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Go and rebook this case. Give them another date. They will tell you when the case is coming out, coming back for revisit. Provide your information or your evidence. Tell me when the case is coming up next week. All you need to do, make yourself available when they give you the next date, because they may want to slot in the case in between other cases they have next week. Let him give us the proof, because you are in Lagos here. We've watched several children that they are bullied in school, boarding school. They are abused sexually and all that, and I don't see any reason him as a father is not in Nigeria. Yeah. You as a mother, you are here. Then the children that is between 12, 10 and 3 or so, 9 and 12 will go and be enrolled in boarding school. Over what?
Talk and talk. You don't want to listen to me. So Tire me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He said he's the one paying for the school fees. That I can't tell him where his children will go to school.
Whatever he's paying, any amount he's paying, you can find the same school in
In
Nigeria, in
Lagos here.
Lagos here. You let it tell you how much you'll be paying. Rent an apartment close to where he can afford. We're not talking about if he can afford school in Banana Island or in the moon or half earth. You are talking about where others are schooling, which he can afford it. If he's building house in the village, why can't he afford school? Even if it's government school, enroll them.
Talk though. I don't talk. That
All
is
right,
it.
thank you, viewers. A new date will be set, and we will revisit the case and know. Let there be proper proof and evidence while those children, 12 and 10 or 9 years, should be enrolled in boarding school in the village while their mother is still sound and living, and he also is living in Germany. The mother cannot have access and watch over the kids, then he is living in Germany, and the children should be enrolled into boarding school. How? So that day we'll open line for your contribution. Thank you very much. Let me even read few comments. Oh goodness. Florence, look at the flash now. Listen. God bless you, man. That man sound like a very responsible man. He's in abroad and won't pay for kids' accommodation. You left them for 6 years and he's talking from Germany. Okay, that is from Florence Modemi. Okay, Angela says, so has it confirmed he remarried?
No, he has not remarried.
You can say, are you living in Germany?
I don't know. I can't say.
UCOJ said, Oga, leaving a woman for 5 years without knocking is a punishment on its own. Okay,
6 years, only to 7 years. That's fair.
President asked him if he married this woman for his family. Okay, oh, that is Mariam J. Please, President, try not to allow them take the kids. They will spoil this small girl now. He want to pay her back with evil. They have spoiled this girl. President's children that their mother is still alive. You want to take them away and you are not even around. Children that their mother is still alive, you want to take them away and you are not even around. That is foolishness. That is Zion child. Comment. Oga, come back home, Jare. You dey talk jargon. That is Chinese. Choose. Intimidation is too much because she is not Igbo. That is
That's what I'm
Anioma.
passing through.
Thank you, President, for this fair judgment. That is Roselyn Oluchi. Okay, Ozuji says she's Igbo. I hate this nonsense tribal bullshit. It's obvious the man just need the children and discard the woman. That is UCJ again. Alright, it is not Igbo thing. The man is not matured. That is Azubike Apachua. Miniface said he's under the influence of his family. Ebere says side talk has spoiled this man. He is not man enough. Praise God. I'm sure he has remarried. This woman should face that front. The man need to grow up. There's so many comments here. Obazoneji said, thank you, ma. You are a mother indeed. The man is siding his family. Why some men, I don't know why some men are like this, especially women. Once money enter their hands. Okay? Humble Sense said, the man is my neighbor in Germany. He got kids here. Humble Saint, are you very sure? Humble said, are you very sure? Are you very sure? Say the man is your neighbor in Germany and he got kids over there. Well, we want to ascertain your story if it's true. I really like how she speak with the man. How can you leave your family and 16 and your sister are controlling? The man has pregnanted over 3 baby women. Humble Saint is still saying other things. Say he has pregnanted 3 women over there. Are you sure? That man only care about his kids. He wants to take them away so he can make the woman suffer. It's not serious. Come back to take good care of your wife and the kids. If you don't want your wife, then forget it. That is Noble Simon. The children are being used by his relatives for cash out. Vincent Miller. Okay, I thought I saw face of Ezekiel Magdalene. Yeah, good woman, God is with you. Thank you, my baby girl. How are you? You people's comment is too much. Let them go and read the remaining one. Humble Saint is still saying he said he wants to take his sons to mess the lady because he got years he born in Germany. Really? Humble Saint, I want to investigate this your statement. All right, thank you. You'll be informed on the next date. God bless you.